Here you go. So we are on live now. I think audience will start within a couple of minutes anyway. So, but by this time I can introduce about ourselves and then just starting the conversation. So, dear viewers, those you have started watching us today. We are GRK International Education Consultants based in Sweden. This is Avijit here, founder and CEO of GRK International Education Consultants. We are recruiting students from Asia and some African countries as well. Anyway, so today we are mainly focusing about study in Sweden, and specifically today we are talking about study in Linnaeus University in Sweden. We have a special guest from there. It is Stefan Haglund. Maybe you have seen him before as well in a couple of the sessions with the GRK International Education Consultants. So he's here with us today, Stefan Haglund from Linnaeus University, and he will tell us about how is study systems in Sweden and also application procedures and other things. So please keep watching the sessions, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask our guest, and he will be happy to answer you all of the answers. And so, Stefan, could you please introduce yourself a little bit more, please?
Sure. Obviously, you already mentioned parts of it. My name is Stefan Haglund. I've been working at Linnaeus University for quite some time, 15 years. Time runs very fast when you have fun, basically. And a bigger time of this, I've been working with internationalization and international student recruitment. So I have a background from admission, and that means that I know rather much about the general requirements, eligibility, country-specific requirements, English test, and these kind of things also. So feel free to both ask me about Linnaeus University generally, but also if you have questions about admission requirements. I'm most happy to answer your questions. And also, within a short while, I will be showing a short presentation about studies in Sweden, and mainly, obviously, with focus on Linnaeus University, and a little bit about practical information also by the end regarding how to apply, etc.
Surely, that's great. So, Stefan, so in that case, maybe we can share with the presentations and then show the presentations, and then we'll go for questions and answers sessions.
No worries, no problem at all. So I will just share here, and then let's
share
see.
Them. Yes.
There we go. Hopefully you see my PowerPoint now.
Yes. I'm just adding it here.
There you go. So I will talk a little bit about Linnaeus University. So first, who am I? Well, that you have already got to know. So my name is Stefan Haglund. I work as a communication strategist at Linnaeus University. You can see my contact information here. What will I talk about? Well, I talked about that also. So some words about Sweden, obviously focus on Linnaeus University, some practical information, and then we'll do questions by the end. But also feel free to ask questions during the presentation, because then Avijit can just delay me a little and ask the questions, and then we'll go when they are kind of more actual.
Surely.
But first, I want to show you a short film, just introducing you to life at Linnaeus University. So that we will start with.
That's good.
So that was that as a start, just introducing you to Linnaeus University. But first, I want to talk a little bit about Sweden, because I guess that is something that you are rather unfamiliar also coming from Bangladesh. So some brief facts about Sweden. Population, 10 million. So half of Dhaka, maybe, or a third.
Yes.
A very small country where we definitely have plenty of room for more people. Capital in Sweden, Stockholm. And also at this stage, I just want to mention that Sweden as a country are top 5 ranked in the world when it comes to values as innovation, safety, democracy and human rights, environmental friendly, and gender equality. So a very modern, progressive country which you will learn more about if you search on Sweden. Famous companies, but which I'm rather sure that plenty of you have heard about, and maybe you didn't know that they were Swedish. Ikea, H&M, Ericsson, Volvo, Spotify, Skype, etc. There is a lot of Swedish famous brands that you will see if you Google on Sweden. And obviously, if you want to learn more about that, have a look at Study in Sweden. Just climate is something that we try to point out also in the beginning, because I know that a lot of you are obviously not used to having this kind of distinct seasons as we have in Sweden. So in Sweden, we have 4 rather distinct seasons and can differ rather much when it comes to weather. So it can actually be down to -20 in the winter and up to +35, I would say, in the summer. But more on average degrees, etc., you can see the seasons here. And actually, these pictures are from campus. So, for example, the picture where you can see all the snow up in the right corner, that's the library, the main library on our campus Växjö. If you want to learn more about Sweden, sweden.se is a rather good webpage. Just scroll around. You can find a lot of facts and general information, pictures, just to learn more about Sweden. And obviously, if you are interested in studying, which I hope that you all are, then you can have a look at studyinSweden.se, where you will find a lot of useful information regarding studies in Sweden. And that makes us ready to start talking a little bit more about Linnaeus University. But first, I will show you this very short presentation film. And that means that I should not have to tell everything by words. So, as you saw there, I want to repeat some of the things because it might be of a bit more interest. Linnaeus University is one of the Sweden's youngest university when it comes to being a university. Obviously, that doesn't mean that we are young when it comes to being an academic organization. We've been around since the 60s. We started as actually a part of Lund University, and then we became independent and moved forward towards becoming Linnaeus University, which was the case in 2010 when we became Linnaeus University through a merger between Växjö and Kalmar University. So that means that we nowadays have become the 6th largest university in Sweden, and that's rather big when it comes to figures in Sweden. 33,000 students, 15,000 of them full-time on campus, both in Växjö and Kalmar. Pointing out already that we also are ranked. Sweden as an education system are actually among the top 5 countries spending money on education and research, public money. But also when it comes to ranking, we are on the Shanghai ranking among the 800 to 900 universities out of 18,000. So Sweden education system is generally very highly ranked. University where life and everything is possible. Being in 2 small cities, having rather new facilities, campus solutions, a lot of international programs, international students makes it very good study environment to be in when focusing on your program studies. So south of Sweden, that's where we are situated. 2 campuses, Växjö and Kalmar. Copenhagen Airport is actually the closer airport. So Stockholm is obviously the capital, but Denmark Airport is closer to both Växjö and Kalmar. So travel through Copenhagen is our general advice. Växjö, very living campus, small city as I described, 90,000 inhabitants approximately. Once announced the greenest city in Europe by Der Spiegel and BBC. And part of it is obviously based on the fact that it's surrounded by a lot of forest and wood engineering, which also means that forest and wood engineering are strong in the area. You can also find several lakes just in the middle of the city. So university style at Växjö is campus style as a US solution. And that means about 5,000 students at one spot, within walking distance, 5 minutes down to the university. So living as an international student on campus, you will have very close to the university. And also the environment on the campus is rather international. And I would say that maybe 1/6 of the students living on campus are international students, actually. Kalmar, the other part of our university city, so rather same size as a city, but are situated just next to the Baltic Sea, and which means also that it's a bit of a tourist area in Sweden. So it's actually the most sunny part of Sweden. A lot of people go here during the summer to go to their summer cabin. The king, for example, has his summer castle on a small island just outside Kalmar. In Kalmar, we used to be spread out around the city, but now we have built totally new facilities down in the guest harbor, which you can see in this beautiful picture. And I can almost assure that this will be the best university location in all of Sweden. Top-notch, new built facilities next to the sea. It's going to be a great location and something that the university will benefit a lot from in the coming years. In this,
so is it ready already, Stefan?
Yeah.
Is this building already ready?
It's ready. So it's been for all students. It was introduced in the autumn 2019, and from 1st of January, all administration and the new library will also open. So if you go to lnu.se, you will see the new Portugal building, which is the library, a big yellow building.
All right. That's great, actually. Like when I was there, I mean, in Kalmar as a student, that time actually, like we had so many campuses all around the Kalmar, actually.
Exactly. So it's
but now everything in one places. That's
exactly.
really great.
It's going to be great. Another short film, just give you a small introduction to the students' lives, which I want to show you.
I gotta be honest, when I was coming to Becca, I was really stressed about this. I was afraid that I'm not gonna fit in. Just move here without knowing anyone and just starting a new life here.
First few days was challenging, of course, because I came from a very hot country. But then after that period, it's super nice, and the Swedish summer, awesome. This is Nahian. I came from Bangladesh around 2 years ago, and I'm studying Innovation Masters. Living here in the campus, the best part is like there is always something to do. Maybe a fika, or maybe doing some sort of or workshop, you know. And we have 2 different pubs, student pubs. We have a gym here. We have library, really nice library here. So everything is really good.
My name is Natalia Pavlova. I come from Russia, Moscow. I was born and raised there, and I just graduated from a master's degree. I was doing a double degree with my home university, and in Sweden I studied entrepreneurship business studies. What I loved about campus culture is not really common for Russia. We don't really have campuses, and which was cool is that once you're free, you can literally call your friends and be like, hey, I'm going to be over to your place and in like 15 minutes and we're going to watch a movie or do some other stuff, do a taco night or anything. Linnaeus University is very international and you don't feel alone here. You're definitely going to find someone who's going to support you and become your friend throughout this whole amazing trip. My name's Alice. I'm from China. I'm now studying International Tourism Program. When I first moved here in Kalmar, I joined the introduction week or the welcome week with my student association, like Kalmar S. We have different activities. I get to know my classmates, also like more Swedish people. Here in Kalmar, the student is more involved into the city. Like, for example, if we go out, we're going to the city bars. We also meet people who work in the city. I would say I like the atmosphere that we get in touch with the city people to really know about the industry or know about the society. It's really nice to actually be out somewhere calm because Moscow is really stressed. I can actually go out of my room and feel the nature, you know. You don't have time for that in Moscow. Here you do have time for that.
So that was something about the student life in Växjö. I just want to point out the strong parts of being a student at Linnaeus University. Internationalization, as I described, very strong at Linnaeus University, and that's something we strive to be. So that means also that we have a lot of options, international programs that you as a student could study, both bachelor and master level. And also a lot of these programs also have exchange possibilities for you who want to go to another country also during one semester, based on the fact that we have a lot of partner universities that you can see here. And described before, we have about 15,000 students, and I would say that 2,500 of them are international students studying on campus. So a large part of the study environment international. Programs in these areas, you can find our programs very broad, everything from business, economics, design, mathematics, natural science, technology, engineering, humanities, social science. So very broad spectra on programs. As I said before, 50 programs approximately internationally, 8 of them on bachelor level and the rest on master level. And also, if you want to study freestanding courses, we offer this also. Having a very flexible study system means that you can also combine yourself and do study semester by semester. And this could be good for the ones of you who might have like an unfinished degree or something like that, which you want to use and puzzle further on. Also, something worth mentioning is Ikea, because hopefully some of you at least has heard about the multinational global company Ikea. And Ikea actually have their head office just 50 kilometers south of Växjö in a very small city. So a lot of the people working on Ikea head office, they commute from Växjö, and also there is a strong connection in the region by Ikea. And that means also that the university, Linnaeus University, we have a strong collaboration with them called The Bridge, which is both for research, but also education. So for example, the innovation program is a program which is strongly related to Ikea and which is about product design. So this we do in collaboration with both Ikea and another company called Södra, which is strong in Sweden when it comes to forest and wood industry. And also worth mentioning is the Kamprad Family Foundation, which is this large foundation for research, and actually this foundation has more money in it than the Nobel Prize Foundation. And in the regulation of the Kamprad Family Foundation, it says that they are to support and benefit research conducted in Småland, which is the region where Linnaeus University is the only true university. A little bit more about the practical things that I know that a lot of you ask about. Scholarships. Yes, we offer scholarships. Approximately every year, 50 students get the Linnaeus University scholarship. And that scholarship would cover 75% of the tuition fee. So in that case, you would only have to pay 25% of your tuition fee. The process for this scholarship is that you have to put Linnaeus University as your first priority when applying through university admission. So make Linnaeus University your first priority, and then after 15th of January, you will get some notification and information regarding the scholarship process sent to you by email, and then the scholarship process will be open, or the application will be open from the 8th of February until the 18th of February. So this will be the timeline when making the actual application. And what you generally would leave in and upload with your scholarship application would be like a motivation letter and CV. The rest of the documents we will look at from your application through university admissions. But it's important that you apply in time, follow the timeline and do everything in time, and also make Linnaeus University as your first priority if you want to apply for this scholarship. The second big scholarship program, which you should also apply for in Sweden, is the Swedish Institute Scholarship Program. There are several different scholarship programs, but if you go through Study in Sweden and have a look at their webpage, you will find information about the different scholarship programs. These scholarships are a bit more rare. Last year we had approximately 12 or 15 students, I can't really remember now, that got this scholarship. But it's much better, obviously, by the coverage, due to that it covered both tuition fees fully and living cost. So
yeah, that's a lot.
Apply for both.
I mean, essay scholarship, I would like to add something, because essay scholarship, as Stefan said, that actually essay scholarship is really great one, because if you get this one, you don't have to pay any single pence for your tuition fees. On the other hand, you will get very handsome money for your living cost. It's almost 10,000 Swedish krona per month. So that's a lot for international students to survive here. Actually, that's fantastic. So yes. I mean, then you don't have to worry about your job or anything. I mean, you're getting everything actually. And it's not only that, it will also help you to make your social network. You will be part of a global Swedish network.
Exactly. So that's
really also important thing. Yeah, and the prestigious issues, like it will make you CV happy. Like you can always say, oh, I got like a ASI scholarship. That's always another great thing, and it will help you to get jobs and other things. I mean, it's really, make you CV happy actually, in positive way.
Definitely.
So definitely, but for all of the things, what I will also add with Stefan, that to do all of the things, you have to make the application within 15th of January.
Exactly.
Even okay, some of your documents is not ready, you can get another 2 more weeks for uploading the documents or sending the documents. Whatever is needed for particular countries anyway. But you have to make the application within 15th. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how qualified students you are, how qualified candidates you are, you'll not be qualified for the scholarship.
Yeah.
You can carry on now, please.
Sure. So a little bit about tuition fee, just to mention the level of the tuition fees at Linnaeus University. This is rather the same in Sweden, but it differs a bit. Now, Linnaeus University for Humanities, Social Sciences, Business, which is the most common kind of program that we offer, you would pay like 110,000 Swedish krona, and that's approximately like 11,000 euros. If The second lowest level would be for engineering and technology, and then you would pay 155,000 Swedish krona, and that's like 15,000 euros approximately. The other levels are a bit rarer, and for design is obviously very expensive in comparison to other programs. So,
do you have nursing for international students, Stefan?
Sorry?
Do you have nursing for international students?
Nursing? No, we don't have nursing, but we have health.
Yeah. This is Therefore, but I've seen over the nursing. Therefore, I was just thinking.
Sure.
All right.
So, why Linnaeus University? Well, if you compare us to other Swedish universities, you will see a lot of good things about Linnaeus University, I'm pretty sure. But pointing out a couple of things. Flying high ranking, as I talked about before, a lot of you I know are focused on ranking and such things. And then I want to mention again that Linnaeus University are ranked among the 800 to 900 universities out of 18,000 on the Shanghai ranking. Informal teaching style. This is something that counts for Sweden in general, but I can assure you that this is something you will learn even more about when being a student at Linnaeus University. So you will be stimulated becoming an independent person that have a curiosity, creativity, and critical thinking generally, because that is something that Swedish study is a lot about. And I'm pretty sure that Avijit can tell you more about that, having done 2 different master programs in Sweden. He have learned a lot about group studies, self-studies, ask questions to the teacher, and how easy it is to get access to the teacher during your studies compared to a lot of other countries. For example, you would never talk to your professor as professor and last name or sir. You would always talk to them and be as easy to discuss with your first name when talking to them. So, also another thing, highly praised university environments. I had talked about this a lot already, mentioning Kalmar, where we have built totally new facilities. But actually, before that, in 2014, we took part of the International Student Barometer, which is conducted among around 700 different international universities. And in this barometer, we were top ranked when it comes to facilities based on the Växjö campus. So adding on new built facilities in Kalmar, I can assure you that you will have a good study period and secure student life at Linnaeus University, with nature just around the corner, where whatever campus you live at. High quality life, I already talked about, and this is obviously something that also counts for nature around the corner and being in secure cities, small cities where you get access and around easily everywhere by bicycle, for example.
Stefan, I think I would like to add something on your previous slide.
Sure.
So, dear viewers, those you have watching us, just to let you know, maybe some of you know already, but most of you don't know. But myself, even I have studied in Linnaeus University. I'm involved with them in more way actually. So I did my master's in entrepreneurship from Linnaeus University. I always proud to say that, as Stefan said, that actually like informal way, and that's right actually, because especially like in Bangladesh, like when we ask any teacher, we say professor or sir, and so. But here, like you can call them by their name, but it's not that you are not respecting them. Of course, you are respecting them, but here it is very common. You are calling teacher by their name. And on the other hand, in some most of the countries, like teachers, they are not like that much friendly. Here, teachers, you'll find them very friendly. Whenever you need something, you just email them. Even sometimes you will be surprised, they will answer your email by weekend. Normally weekend, everyone, they take seriously. They have spent their time with their family. But here, the teachers, they're so friendly that if they see, oh, it is needed, and they even replies within couple of minutes, even on weekend. So those things is really good. And also, as Stephen said, you will be like independent person. Like it's not only you will study by book, and at the same time there is, of course, there is an exam, but there is lots of teamwork. So while you will be studying, you will learn how to work as a team. because in real life, whatever we study, when we go for the work, in mostly we need to work as a team. We cannot work just as a person. So this is the things you learn from the university, like how to work as a group, how good you are cooperating. So these are the things, and also it will develop your presentation skills as well. As I mean, each courses you will get lots of presentations. So even though if you are not good now, I mean, after finishing these programs, I'll definitely tell you, like, you'll be really good in presentations. So those things will be really good for you for your higher study and for your future. So Stefan, you can carry on now.
Sure. So, high quality of life that I talked about, large community of international students. That's obviously a benefit when being a student here, because you will not feel alone being an international student. I can assure you, expect a diversity of 5 to 15 nationalities in your classroom. Also, something worth mentioning is actually that Sweden as a country, we are the strongest English-speaking country, not having it as our first language. So that you get easily around everywhere in Sweden with English only. At the university, we are bilingual. So as mentioned already, we have about 50 programs taught in English, and altogether about 250. But everything on the webpage, everything in the portal, student portals, databases, library, you will find bilingual, both Swedish and English. Active student life, as you saw in the short clip maybe before, there is a lot of things happening in the student cities and on campus. So for example, in Växjö, you have like a big sports arena, a gym, 2 different student pubs just on campus. So basically, you don't, and also worth mentioning is obviously that there is a lot of other activities also. So you have student association, student union, with a lot of different themes on the associations that you can take part of also. Creativity, innovation, sustainability, equality, and diversity are very strong Swedish values. And this you will learn a lot about whatever you do and study in Sweden, because it's something that goes through the full society. And that means that you will learn about it, no matter what you try, if you try to adapt to it or not. So that was a lot of information about Linnaeus University, and now just mentioning the most important part about application that Avijit already talked about. So how do I apply in Sweden? Well, all applications are done through universityadmissions.se. So this is the only portal where you do applications in Sweden. And deadline for applying, 15th of January. And as Avijit said also before, last day to support your application and to pay your application fee, 1st of February. So that means that make sure that you do all the necessary steps for creating an account and choosing education before 15th of January. And then you have another 2 weeks to kind of wrap up the last part when it comes to transcripts, degree diplomas, English tests, and everything. And then you pay your application fee also before 1st of February. And then actually, I think it's in the beginning of April now that you will get your notification of selection result. But end of March, beginning of April, you will know whether you are admitted or not.
Yes.
And timeline and everything, just go to university admission. And also, when it comes to country-specific requirements, for example, you can check this out on university admissions. You just go to the menu up here, and then you search on Bangladesh, for example, and then you will find country-specific requirements, and that will tell exactly what documents that should be uploading, depending on whether you're a bachelor or master applicant, and also what's needed when it comes to English requirements. So to check that out is my strong suggestion. And also one thing that you could compare this with is actually like shopping online. If I say that, most people understand what's it about. So
Yeah.
pick your educations that you're interested in, put up a priority list 1 to 4 when it comes to master programs, create your account, send in your application, and then your
Documents, and then pay the application fee.
Pay the application fee, and then you're on your way to Sweden. Some useful links by then like this. Linnaeus University, lnu.se is obviously the main portal where you learn about Linnaeus University. We this year also created like inspirational portal, study.lnu.se or lnu.se/study. And here you can find a lot of pictures and also small film clips where you can learn more about Linnaeus University. And this is due to that this year we did not print any catalog at all due to the corona situation.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to chat with our students, we have just recently released a new communication platform called Unibuddy. So you can just go to lnu.se/en/chat, and then you will find 8 different students studying different programs, being from different countries, which you can chat with. I know that we, for example, have a student from Bangladesh that you can chat with. His name is Saha. If you have questions after this session, obviously you can turn your questions directly to Avijit, or if you want to contact the university, do that through study@lnu.se is my strong suggestion. And all applications through universityadmissions.se, as pointed out before. Social media, yes, of course, we are on most social media. We have both Swedish and English Facebook and Swedish and English Instagrams that you can follow. You see basically you just go to Facebook or Instagram and search on Linnaeus University and you will find it. YouTube channel also, as you have seen through this presentation, I have showed a lot of short film clips about Linnaeus University and also regarding student life, etc. You can find a lot more on our YouTube channel. So just search on Linnaeus University and you will find a lot more. That was that. So hopefully that saved you a lot of questions. Now we are ready for more questions.
Yeah, that's good actually. That was a great presentation by Stefan. I mean, thank you so much for your time and nice presentation. I think it will help our students to understand more about Linnaeus University and specifically like how to make the applications all about Sweden actually. That's a lot.
Sounds good. So feel free.
So one of the questions we already got, like how about English requirements? So I think you can carry on with that, please.
Sure. I mean, generally what we demand for becoming a student, if you want to study a master program, we demand like a bachelor degree, 4-year degree from Bangladesh in order to be admitted. And also you need to support something improving your entry requirements in English. So IELTS is mostly needed, or TOEFL is okay also, or Pearson's test. We demand IELTS 6.5 or TOEFL 90. Pearson's, I can't remember now. Maybe you remember, Avijit?
Yeah, but I mean, anyway, I'll have to check as well. I think PTE, right? PTE is like 62.
So English requirements also, documents can be uploaded, so you don't have to send them by postal service. There is a few exemptions regarding English, but mostly as a student from Bangladesh, you need to support test in English. When it comes to the specific requirements in Sweden or at Linnaeus University, we have a couple of programs that are very broad, that accept almost any kind of bachelor. But if not, being these programs, mostly you need something from the same area as the program which you are applying for in the master level. So for example, if you're applying for a master in business, most likely we'll be demanding that you have a bachelor in business administration or similar fields. If applying for mastering in software technology, we will ask for a bachelor in computer science. But then also you have a bit broader program, like say environmental science. Then we ask for example, natural science, technology, or engineering background. Or we have information system, which is very broad because it's more like a project leader program, which are linking a programmer with an area he's going to develop within, and that means that any kind of background would be okay. So that's something about requirements.
So which of the programs any kind of students can join, like information system?
Information system and health science actually are the two
Health
ones
science.
that are very broad. Yeah, and then we have a couple of programs that are broad when it comes to within the same faculty or the same kind of area.
Yeah, understand.
Studies.
Understand. Okay, we have here one question here. Like one of the students is asking, like he got like a 2.6 CGPA and saying like, is this eligible for getting admissions?
Yes, when it comes to GPA, we do not have a lowest level in Sweden generally. I mean, I know that some universities like Lund say it, but it's just that they want to kind of prevent a lot of students from applying. They know that they will not be admitted. But Linnaeus University, I can say that some programs, yes, you will not be admitted with 2.6, but other programs, yes. So I wouldn't say that you cannot apply with such a GPA, because it's all about how hard competition it will be for the certain program. Obviously, when it comes to business programs, the competition is harder because there is a lot of applicants in that areas, while some of the more rare engineering programs, technology programs, or natural science, much lesser applicants. And that means that we do not look at GPA, but then obviously it's good that you have at a good level, or you feel that you're ready for this kind of studies. I think that is actually the most important part, because it is a totally different way of studying. It's more independent thinking. It more relies on yourself. If you don't think that you can manage that, don't come to Sweden.
Exactly. And on the other hand, I would like to add some more things that like it's not only CGPA, but also like university will read your SOP, like motivation of letter. So if you can write really nice motivation of letter, like it's kind of selling yourself when you are writing motivation letter. So you have to convince them like how important this degree will be for you, and how will you, I mean, will you use this degree after finishing the masters. So if you can convince them, still if you have maybe you have less CGPA, but still you have chances, and also they will look for your IELTS score. You might have really relevant working experiences, so those things can also help you. It's not only CGPA. I mean, it's also, of course, it's one of the part, but other of the things. I mean, if you have really good working experiences, good IELTS, English score, motivational, if you write a really nice motivational letter, those things will help you to get the admissions, as Stefan said actually.
Yeah.
So and also, like as we are discussing about like English requirement, also I would like to say, like from specifically like from Bangladesh, if it is students from Bangladesh, then like from Bangladeshi students, those who has studied English as a subject, English as a subject. Not, I'm not talking about MOI. I mean medium of instruction. So English as a subject, that who has done like English honors, I mean honors in English, then they can come here still without IELTS. I mean, it's always good if they have IELTS. It is always recommended because it is proven. Though the fact is, you might have done English honors in English, but still it is not proven that you are good in English. But when you will have IELTS, it shows that actually you are good in English. And on the other hand, still MBBS doctors, they can study without IELTS. So this is the exemption we do have for now, actually. For Bangladesh.
That's actually something I also want to point on, that if you're going to apply for a scholarship in Sweden, you need also to take an IELTS, because the IELTS is something that most universities also look at, even if you would be exempted in some cases. I mean, a strong IELTS result is a strong key to being able to manage with your studies in Sweden generally. So expect
That's true. I mean, and also for a scholarship, as you said, Stephen, like this is what I always tell to the students, like, oh, I might get the, can I get the scholarship without like IELTS? I say, okay, look, I mean, you may be exempted when you are, I mean, when you are like applying for any programs admission, that's maybe okay, but at the same time, when you will be competing for the scholarship, that means you are fighting with other people, other students as well.
Exactly.
So in that case, when a scholarship board will see like you got already exempted for you getting the admission, that means you have less point than other students who might have IELTS. They will give them more score, and in that way they will have more chances to get the scholarship than you. So that's really crucial part.
Exactly.
To get something, you have to give something.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Exactly. The competition for scholarships in Sweden is generally rather high. So expect
Yes.
maybe our scholarship, maybe like 3 to 6%, something like that, would get the scholarship out of all applicants.
And it's getting higher and higher. And like sometimes, like we know, like okay, 2 years back, maybe this kind of students got their scholarship, but it doesn't mean like the same kind of students will get their scholarships in coming year, because it will be tougher. It will be tougher.
And also
So-
we also do our selection a bit different some years. So some years we might kind of divide it based on a certain key factor, but the next year we do it in a totally different way. So that might differ a lot.
Exactly. So it's better. If you can make yourself more potential, if you have really good CGPA, and also if you have really good IELTS score, working experiences, if you have journals, publications, so all of the things will make you really potential for the scholarship. And as Linnaeus University, they offer 75% scholarship. I would say it is quite good actually.
Yes.
Then you will have to pay just 25%. So 25% actually is not much, to be honest. So it's a lot actually you're saving.
Definitely.
So these are the things is really important. And also, like Stefan, maybe we can talk about like some of the programs. Like sometimes students doesn't have like 4 years bachelor degree, they have 3 years bachelor degree. So if you could let us know about something that
3-year bachelors are mostly not accepted, but there is some few exemptions, I think, if it's an honors degree and within a very specific field, which we might not be so strong on in Sweden, for example, because then obviously the knowledge about the area is higher than in Sweden generally, and then we would accept the 3-year degree.
And also, I think we, if I'm not wrong, I think in that case, if you have 3 years degree, you can still apply. If you have IELTS 6.5, you can, like if it is from social science or if it is from business background, we have like few top-up programs.
Yeah, we also have like exactly. So you cannot apply for a master. But in that case, comparing Linnaeus University to a lot of other Swedish universities, due to that we are a big university with a broad internationalization, a lot of incoming exchange students, means that we also have a broad spectrum of different kind of education given to international students. So we have both, as we said before, master level programs, bachelor program levels, and this also do that we have a lot of freestanding courses in English, and these freestanding courses can be combined together to like top-up years. And top-up years would be like an extra year of studies for those of you with a 3-year degree, and based on that extra year of studies, you cover the gap between being eligible to a master level. So based on that 1-year studies, you will get a bachelor degree from Linnaeus University also if you choose the correct courses. And this we can obviously help you with and set together this individual study package, making you study and getting a Swedish bachelor, which you can build further on to get the master in Sweden.
Yeah, that would be really great.
And that's accepted from all Swedish universities. If you have got a Swedish degree, bachelor degree, you can apply for any Swedish degree when it comes to master.
Yeah, exactly. As they have lackings, like they have like 3 years a degree, so it's lackings like in most, even not only in Sweden, even other countries. It's very less countries who will accept them actually. So by this way, they will be ready for their masters, and then they can do it in, I think, anywhere of the world even.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
by that they have like 15 years education plus 1 year in Sweden, then they have already 16 years of education, and then they're ready for anywhere of the world, I think.
Yep.
In that
Definitely.
way.
Definitely.
So these are the things. Stephen, maybe we can talk about something, accommodation facilities.
Sure. At the moment, we have like a first priority when it comes to accommodation. So all students that are admitted will get an offer of getting accommodation. As it been before, we could guarantee all students accommodation, but nowadays it's getting harder and harder due to that we have been growing a lot when it comes to international students. So it's a more first come, first get. But when applying to Linnaeus University, I think also that it's good to mention that you should all put yourself in the housing queue, the general housing queue for students, because then you have dual systems to look into, either to get through the university or to get through the housing companies directly. So good chances. I think that for most students, this is solved, even though it is like a hectic period when applying for housing and accommodation. And I strongly advise that if you are admitted, try to solve it as soon as possible. And if you feel unsure, then just try to book something for a shorter while so that you have somewhere to stay during the period when you need to find some accommodation. It's a rather big flexibility on a campus, but obviously it's most things happen during the summer, and there is a lot of students, so it's a rather chaotic system basically, with a lot of students looking for accommodations. Try to secure it before the national Swedish students also get out on the housing market. But the university will offer you something, but if you find by yourself, better to take that.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I would like to add with Stephen that, like, if you find something yourself, I mean, you have to also check that, I mean, whether it is good or bad, because it can sometimes it can be scam as well.
Exactly.
So it happens.
But feel free to reach out to the university or to the student union or to Avijit, because me also, we are always here to help and ask questions regarding these kind of things. And it can only be like, I got this offer. Can you please just double check?
Whether it is good or not.
Yeah, that this is okay. No problem. I can do that directly.
Yeah, and mostly and also one of the things mostly important, before you come, if you make the payment to any private person, that is one of the risky part. If it is not any organization, any housing, I mean, paying the housing company, that's no problem. But I mean, or if you get anything through university recommended, or even if I recommend you, that's fine. But I mean, if you are not recommended by any of us and you just contacted with them, sometimes there is a chance you might be scam. So be careful with that. I mean, before you come, just pay the rental fee to the person actually. So you have to think about that as well.
Definitely.
But otherwise, I mean, as Stephen said, as soon as you will get the admission, you will get the link. So please apply for the accommodation on time. And also, to be eligible for university's accommodation, I would like to add that you have to pay the tuition fees on time. There are some specific time, so you have to make the tuition fees on time. If you pay your tuition fees maybe a couple of weeks late, that's fine for tuition fees. But on the other hand, then you will not be eligible to get the accommodation from the university. And university is one I will always recommend because it is safe. And at the same time, if you stay in university accommodation, you will get the chance to stay with other international students. So when that means you're not only learning by reading, or I mean going to university. At the same time, when you are having your dinner, you can learn at the same time as well, because you're having dinner with other international friends. So by that way, you can learn lots of things actually. you can help each other. I mean, it will really helpful, and it will be really nice actually. Like when you are in other countries, it's important. Then like you are having some friends. It will help you to make some friends actually when you are staying at university accommodation.
Definitely. I guess that a lot of you also wonder about the corona situation on campus. So let me talk a little bit about
Yes,
that.
please.
Obviously, as in every country, we have a lot of social distancing recommendations. We don't do that much of lockdowns as a lot of other countries do. So it's much more relying on people following the recommendations.
Individual one.
By that said, that speaks for the bigger picture in society. But I also would like to mention that the university as such been distance learning since the autumn, and still are distance learning. So most programs usually being on campus is now distance learning. So for the autumn 2021, we expect things to be back to normal, or as close to normal as it could be in these uncertain times. But obviously, nobody can know by this stage. But with vaccines coming up and everything, I'm pretty sure that it will be possible to study on campus from the autumn 2021. But right now, everything is distance. But that does not mean that the campus is closed or that library is closed. It's still possible and allowed to be in the facilities.
And all of the studies is going on, and like most of the people, I mean teachers, they're using Zoom, I mean to take the classes. I mean you can study and you can carry on with your exam. I mean everything is going on here actually. Nothing has stopped us actually, though I think like even Stefan is working from home. I'm working from home as well today. So
Exactly.
like, as due to corona, it has been suggested that I mean don't go to office if it is not needed. So we are just following government rules and regulation to follow that. I mean to reduce the spread actually.
And that's why, for me, also, as you see here, I sit in my kitchen in the background. So
Same here.
yeah,
Same here actually. So this is how it is. So we got one of the question, was the current situation of Sweden. If I get admitted Linnaeus University, how will I go to Sweden in this kind of situation? So I think Stefan has just said that, right?
yes.
So like we expect actually like as Stefan just said, like we expect, I mean next year it will be better. I mean with the vaccine and other things. I mean right now it is December, so hopefully it will be better for next year, and hopefully like you can join us in, I mean, on campus actually. It's from autumn 2021 intake actually. So I will definitely request you all, please make the application, because of course still we don't know. I mean none of us we know. I mean what will happen in next year, but at least we can understand something will happen better, because I mean already we have some news about vaccines and other things. So all of us we can be some positive. We can be positive about the matters. Like next year, I believe like next year will be better than 2020 at least.
Exactly.
This is what I'm pretty sure. Because in 2020 we had no idea, but at least beginning of 2021, so few countries already announced that like a vaccine is coming. So hopefully it will be better. And then make the applications, get the admissions. Then it's long way to go. Still you have 8 to 9 months. So don't worry about that things. Just make the applications for now. I mean, then get ready with all of the things, and then you can decide. Still you have 8 to 9 months to decide. I mean, what will happen, and yeah, then you will see it actually. No problem.
Definitely.
And also we got one of the questions about like scholarship. Stefan, you can just say it in brief.
Sure.
One more time.
I can repeat a little about the scholarship.
Yeah.
So Linnaeus University, we offer scholarships that would give 75% waiver. Generally, we give around 50 students this scholarship, but we might have around 1,000 applicants. To be able to apply for the scholarship, you need to prioritize Linnaeus University as your first choice. And that means that you will get the instructions regarding how to apply. The timeline for the application would be like 8th to 18th of February. Generally, what you do in your application is that you fill in like a motivation letter, you answer certain questions, and you upload this together with your CV. The rest we will look at is obviously your GPA, your university background, your level of English, together with a personal letter that you also will send in. So a joint evaluation of these documents, and then, as I said, around 50 students would get the scholarship. The second big scholarships program in Sweden would be the Swedish Institute Scholarship Program, even more rare and harder to get, but it's due to also that it's better and cover full tuition fee and full living cost. To find more information about this scholarship, look at studyinsweden.se. But as I said, tough competition, very tough competition for both scholarship programs.
Yes. So yeah, and specifically like for SI, you need 3,000 working experience, 3,000 hours of work experience. You must have to have.
Yes.
I mean, and also leadership skills you must have to have, and then you can only apply for SI scholarship. Otherwise, you cannot. So, however, if you have any questions regarding the facts, I mean, you can access also on the screen. You have our website, email address, WhatsApp. So, if you have any questions regarding studying university, I mean, Linnaeus University or studying Sweden in general, please feel free to access. We'll be happy to assist you. So, dear viewers, I mean, you are watching us today. Like we are with Linnaeus University. We have Stefan Haglund with us from Linnaeus University. So we are end of the session today. So still maybe we'll be here for a couple of more minutes, 1 or 2 more minutes. But still, if you have last minute any questions, feel free to access. So thank you. So anyway, Stefan, I think anyway, like I believe personally, like 2021 will be better than like 2020.
Yes, for sure.
We'll get the vaccines and other things.
For sure. I think that everybody within in the area of education and traveling will see that the year 2021 will probably be like a very add-on from what happened in 2020, and due to that, there's been a lot of increase in the international student generally traveling, and this year was a bit of a wasted year for everybody searching for an abroad education. But I know that will be seen in the coming numbers, and that means also that the competition can be rather tough this year.
Yeah, 2021.
Yes.
And 2022 will be in full-fledged. I mean, in 2022, I mean, it has been increased from, 2020 to 2021. And I think like 2022 will be even massive one. Because by that time, everything will be good.
Yes, for sure.
So, and also in Sweden, like hopefully, like most of the people, they will be vaccinated by June, July, as far government said, actually.
Yeah.
So that's another hoping news for all of us, I think.
Yes, and that means that traveling will probably be rather back to normal.
Yeah, that will be really great things. Yeah, hopefully we can travel soon. This year I haven't been out of Backcore. I haven't been out of Backcore at all.
No, not much. I must say, a bit different situation for those of us who travel a lot, actually.
Yeah, it was very difficult, when we used to travel. Now, I mean, we are just staying. I mean, even in home, not going to office. But hopefully next year, I mean, it will be good.
Definitely.
But this year also we have learned, I mean, how to manage everything by online. Actually, that was another learning things. I mean, alternative way of learning. I mean,
yes,
we got to manage the time and so on. So I think students they don't have much questions because anyway, I mean, you covered all of the things almost. I mean, anyway, nicely. So I mean, actually, they don't need to ask much questions. So. Yeah. Thank you, Stefan, for coming here today. You made your time during even on Friday, and so thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
I would like a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.
That's so, to you and to all of the watchers.
And before you leave, if you have any final comments for the audiences, please.
Sure. Just lastly, I want to say, as I said, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you. And I'm glad to see that you all have been watching this webinar by GRK, International Education Consultants. And we are looking forward to have you as applicants to Linnaeus University. And I am personally looking forward to meet you all at Linnaeus University in the autumn 2021. So do your application, and hopefully we will see each other in the coming autumn.
That's great. That's great.
Thanks a lot. And thank you, Avijit.
Thank you. So thank you, Stefan, one more time for coming here today. And it was really great session by you. So hopefully we'll see each other on campus anyway soon. Not this year, but 2021, anyway, after a few days. So, and I wish you one more time Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. And thank you, viewers. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, dear viewers, you are watching today, like we are with Stefan Haglund. He is from Linnaeus University. So, hopefully, you have enjoyed the session. So, still, if you have any more questions about studying in Sweden and Linnaeus University, please feel free to ask us. On the screen, you have our contact details. Please feel free to contact us. We will be happy to assist you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.